Guys, what is going on? My name is M1K3 and welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over the 20 best tips to become successful in Fortnite. Before we get into that, 56.5% of you guys watching are not subscribed. And if you enjoy this kind of content, consider subscribing and liking the videos. It really helps out so much more than you think. With all of that said, let's get into today's episode. First off, friend groups. Find a good friend group. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. Other than being a relatively cringy quote, I think there's a lot of truth in it. And you don't need Tayson, Mongrel, and Booga in your friend group, but what you do need is positive people that grind Fortnite a lot and motivate you to play and become better too. Tip number 2 is to be open to criticism, or even better, ask for it. Every now and then, I ask my friends, when you watch me play, what's one thing you think I'm bad at? And they always come up with an answer pretty fast, and usually their answers is something I didn't even know I was bad at. Here is where a lot of Fortnite players go wrong. They have a massive ego and think they know everything. But you don't, and the sooner you realize that, the faster you can become successful. If you're from Europe, invest $5 into subscribing to Benji Fishy on Twitch, and join his new Discord server, Fishy Customs. This is the most active Scrim Discord server in Europe right now, and it hosts solo, duos, and trios customs 24/7. When playing these customs, you can practice handling stressful situations and become less nervous in tournaments because of it. There are players with all different skill levels in the Discord, and I believe this to be one of the best ways to practice to start off this year. Talking about investing, if you have a spare $10 laying around, consider buying Kovacs. It's the best way to improve your aim effectively. But remember, you have to be consistent over time to see improvement. And when the improvement comes, it's going to be the difference between winning an aim duel and losing one. If you don't have $10 to spend, a free alternative is AimLab. Both of these aim trainers can be found on Steam. The 5th tip is to VOD review everything. And I'm even talking about going back into replays in Arena to see your opponent's perspective on how you fought. This is something I did when I first started grinding Arena, and I believe that's one of the main reasons as to why I have improved a lot as a fighter. And when you play team tournaments like FNCS, get everyone in your trio on and VOD review together and talk about your mistakes. Doing this will give you a competitive edge because nearly nobody, apart from top tier pros, does this. Moving on, understand that the things you find boring are probably the things that will help you improve the most. I love playing Fortnite, but I don't think it's fun going in and VOD reviewing and taking notes when watching top tier pros play. But I do it anyways because I know it will help me in the long term. If your goal with Fortnite is to have fun, then that's completely fine. But if you want to be very successful, you have to do the things that are boring as well. Luckily for you and me, this is another thing that nobody does. So if you do this and understand this, then you're already on a good way to becoming a pro. Next up, you gotta stop making excuses. Making excuses gets you nowhere at all. Take a second right now and think about what's positive about making excuses for when you die. Nothing. Not one thing is positive about it. When you die, look at that as an opportunity to improve. And be happy about the fact that you made a mistake you can learn from. Everybody makes excuses every now and then, but try your best to limit it as much as you can. This way you will become better so much faster. Tip number 8 is to base who you play team modes with on who you enjoy playing with rather than only on achievements. And I'm not saying that you should play with your buddy that's on Nintendo Switch and has no achievements, but find somebody you can grind with, that you really enjoy playing with and can improve together with. This is, from my experience, the best way to become good both as an individual player and as a team. Tip number 9 is going into every tournament, taking it seriously and having the mentality that you're going to place in the top 100 no matter what. It doesn't matter how good or bad you are, but having this mentality will always be better than hoping for like top 5,000. The reason you want to think like this is because it builds up confidence, and at the end of the day, if you don't place top 100, who cares? It doesn't matter. What matters is that you tried your heart out and stayed focused during the entire tournament, doing your best. This way, you will improve a lot for every tournament you play. Coming in next is my favorite tip of all time, and that is abuse the meta as hard as you possibly can. No matter what people say, have the mentality that you're going to win whatever it takes. Whether that be sitting in a bowler, landing weather station to go into caddy corner, or abusing aim assist to the fullest extent. Moving on, you have to play Arena. Arena is unarguably the best way to improve at fighting, and when you play Arena, you want to loot up, get a decent loadout and decent mats, and then after that, you W key everyone you see. Try always having awareness over your opponent and try new things. If you play Arena consistently over a period of time, you will see tremendous improvement in your fighting skills. But remember to fight everyone and don't care too much about your points. Tip number 12 is to try to learn at least one new thing every day. That can be a new peak, a new way to tarp, or something completely different. A lot of people hop on Fortnite and do the same thing every day, and if you do that, it's not really that weird that you're not improving. Be aware over your mistakes and try to practice around them. This way, you make your practice as effective as possible. Tip number 13 is to watch Noah Rayleigh and try to learn the fighting techniques he is using. The reason you want to do this is because you learn from the best. Noah Rayleigh is unarguably the best fighter on the planet, and he is incredibly creative and unique with his playstyle. If you watch his videos, you will learn so many new ways to fight you've never thought of before. Next up is diversifying your practice. This is one of the most important aspects of succeeding in Fortnite. I see so many people, including some mid-tier professionals, play only Arena, only Creative, or only custom game matchmaking. If you want to succeed in Fortnite, you have to play everything with a fine balance. If you've only played Arena for one entire season, then you could probably play only customs for a long period of time and see positive results. Fortnite is about being good at everything, and therefore, you need to play everything. Moving on, have the mentality that nothing is RNG, or in other words, unlucky. Even though getting headshot sniped, getting a lag spike that kills you, or getting disconnected from a game is of course quite unlucky, you should never think a scenario is RNG when you die. I started having this mentality quite some time ago, and it's honestly a hack to improve. Ever since I started having this view on the game, I've improved tenfold. And if you don't already think like this, then I would highly recommend you to start. Tip number 16 is to have a healthy sleep schedule. And I know I talk about this all the time, but guys, having a healthy sleep schedule is actually like the best way to improve. If you didn't already know, you learn a lot when you sleep. And your sleep schedule directly impacts how focused you are the day after and how fast you can learn something. Talking about being healthy, the same rules apply to going to the gym. The main reason you want to go to the gym a couple of times a week is because it drastically improves your focus and improvement process when playing. Humans are made to be active, so taking 1 hour out of your Fortnite practice to go to the gym could actually be more effective than playing for that 1 hour. And the last thing I have to mention is that for the best improvement environment, it is also recommended to eat 4 times a day. This gives you better sleep and therefore faster improvement, more energy, and more focus and productivity. If you can implement all of these things into your routine, then there is nothing stopping you from becoming insane at the game. Tip number 19 is to watch full games from Stretch, Sate, and Saf whenever they play a trio tournament. Doing this will allow you to learn from arguably the smartest trio in the world. Sate and Saf has always been able to adapt to the meta before others, and that's why they've been able to stay on top for over 3 years. Doing this will give you so much game knowledge and make you an overall smarter player. And for the last tip, we have to never blame your teammates when you die in a game. Obviously, you should talk about your mistakes and what you could have done differently, but never straight up blame somebody. This will create a bad relationship between you and is 100% not the right way to make your teammates become better. After you're done with your games, go over them together and talk through them. This will ensure that you keep a good relationship and improve at the same time. Guys, that is going to be it for today's video. I think this might have been my best video yet. I really hope you enjoyed and learned something new. My name has been M1K3 Editz. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and take care. Shorty want me so bad, do your knees hurt? Yeah, I'm counting paper guap in my beamer, yeah. If you want one, now you coming with a paper. I ain't texting shorty back, see you later.